guys, it's Sky bringing another video. First off, I hope all of you guys had a very good holidays with your family. I myself, for the most part during the holiday season, I was struggling a little bit, just, through personal reasons and things with my family. So that part of it was very difficult. For the past few months, I've been on the right track. This has probably been the happiest I've been in my life as far as establishing a good foundation of being able to further my future in a positive direction. When you're struggling and you're in dark places at times, it's really hard to get direction of where you want to go. And I've really been able to turn that around. There's so many different little things that help contribute to that, is finally just accepting my flaws of what they were instead of denying them and wanting to improve as a person. I could be so stubborn and, I have so much pride at a time that, sometimes I don't take accountability for my actions. Afterwards I might feel, upset with myself for doing something, but for the most part, I've always been a person that struggles with their emotions, that they don't step aside to take some time to understand those, emotions and not to really just go towards them. And that's an important thing because a lot of us, we say things and do things that we don't mean, and afterwards we feel badly about it. Sometimes we're so emotional with things that when we feel like we get hurt, we tend to lash out and, express emotions that we really didn't want to show. So for me, I always felt like a really good person. I've always struggled with direction, and it's made it really hard. But, the thing that I've learned lately is, we all have struggles. It doesn't matter who you are in this world. It doesn't no matter what background you come from. We all have challenges. We all have things that make us feel insignificant at times. And it can be difficult to have confidence in ourselves. For me, there's a couple of the things that's really helped me change is by taking accountability of my actions, trying to prove my flaws and becoming a better friend to people. The past year, 2018 was probably the most difficult year for me. And the reason why is just because I was in such a dark place to start the year off. I stopped playing softball. I stopped, doing activities like bowling. I got in a car accident in October of 2017. So at the end of the year, I was kind of already struggling. And then 2018 hit and I was just in a really dark place. And I lost my confidence. I lost my motivation. And I didn't know where to go. And, I had a tough year. But the thing is going through those challenges and having a very difficult year helped me to get to where I am today. Because if I didn't have those challenges, I wouldn't have got to the point where I knew I had to change if I ever wanted to survive in a sense of, being happy. So I took accountability for my action. I wanted to improve myself. But the thing is, you have to work on it. Nothing's easy in this world. You have to push yourself and want to change. And honestly, that's what I want to do. And I still have motivation to continue that journey of changing and just becoming a better person to the people around me. So, and a lot of little things happened. A couple positive things happened to me. So it kind of changed my mindset. People were being really positive to me in my streams, positive comments on my YouTubes, things like that really helped me. And also, for the most part, about 3 years ago, I started to take depression medication. For the most part, I've never wanted to go down that road because I've always heard bad things, whether you're on the medication or when you stop taking it, and I didn't want to get in that position. I felt like I can control who I was and get through it, without taking that. So 3 years ago, I decided, I'm just going to make this, try this and see if it helps me. I have a friend that took antidepressants and it helped them a lot. So, I went with it. I tried it. I felt good, but my mood wasn't always consistent. But I didn't really see, the changes. And about 3 months ago, I'd say 2 months ago, I just stopped taking it completely. I missed it for a week or two, and I was like, I feel pretty good. I want to continue this. And I just stopped taking it, for everyone, anybody that takes it, don't just, if you take it, don't just take it just because it worked for me. Everyone's different. For me, it helped. You know, I saw how I was acting, and I saw that consistently I was more focused, and I didn't want to go away from that. You know, I had really positive ups when I was taking it, but I had also really very difficult times. For me, I've been so consistent lately that it really helps me stay focused. So that's, you know, definitely a change. You know, recently in the last 4 weeks or so, I got back into bowling, something I've done in my entire life. You know, my parents have always went around bowling alleys. So it's something I grew up around, and I just, you know, being an athlete and always being around sports, I always enjoyed it. So I've gotten back into that, you know, and the crazy thing is I took a year off because my back was really hurting me after the car accident. I have arthritis as it is. So, you know, I was going through some pain, and, you know, I felt like, you know, taking a break from softball and bowling was going to be a positive thing. You know, and I was kind of in a dark place, so that wasn't always my main focus too. It was just because I was pushing myself away from people. You know, at the end of that 2017, you know, I pushed a lot of my relationships away with people because I just felt like I was really stuck in just this dark place. Then I felt alone. So, you know, I just told myself, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, stop doing things and socializing. And then I kind of pushed myself away and became a loner in a sense again. You know, I didn't realize how important it was for me to go out and do things that I enjoy while socializing. It's extremely important because it's nice to be around other people. You know, I've always been the type of person that's independent and that I don't need people. But the truth is, it's so much better and more important to have people around you that can help pick you up when you're struggling. And it's not only that, you know, the one thing that's helped me too is when you can talk to people, you can understand yourself more because they see from the outside. You know, sometimes we don't see what we're struggling with, or we don't see why we're pushing ourselves away from other people. And when you can ask people and they can be real with you about, you know, what they see you struggling with or what they see you doing wrong, you know, it kind of makes you, if you can go at it without pride and, you know, feeling upset that somebody's being real with you, you know, you can really take positive things from it and improve from it. That's really honestly what I've done. You know, the past 3 weeks has been tough. At the beginning of December, I had a job interview and I felt like I did really good. They told me they would call me back no matter what. And I got this opportunity from a friend from actually bowling. His wife owned a company and they wanted me to come out there for an interview. So I felt very confident as it was. You know, she, you know, knew my background. She was very supportive. You know, and I went in there and I had a very good interview, and she was such a nice lady, you know, and she brought other people in there to interview with me because they felt like I was a good fit. And they told me no matter what, they would let me know. And, you know, it's been a month now and I haven't heard anything. So that kind of hurts because it's like, you know what? I understand if they found somebody that is more suitable for the position. But I wish they would at least acknowledge me in a sense. They would have, you know, told me, you know, we found somebody this night, because that's more than anything, that's what is important to me, is the respect and just the courtesy of saying something. You know, that kind of hurt, you know. So that really got to me. And then I had a date a couple of weeks ago, like after the job interview. I felt really positive and I was like, you know what, I'm starting to get my life back together, you know, let's try this dating thing again. For me, I'm very stubborn, like I've told you guys, and you know, my main focus has always been on my life, on bettering myself. I don't feel like it's right for me to go into a relationship when I have my own struggles. So, you know, I haven't had a relationship in 4 years, and then I haven't really gone on dates in the last 2 years. So it was very interesting. You know, I went on a date, had good conversation. It didn't end the way I thought it was going to end. You know, it was kind of like a hookup thing, and I wasn't in on it. You know, for me, I trying to build a relationship with somebody, not just that's just not who I am. I don't just go on dates with people, you know, and get intimate. So, you know, it ended, I mean, they were respectful. It's just, I think that's all they wanted. And, you know, and he ended up taking me home. So I do respect that. He was kind. And, you know, even when he got home, he's like, yeah, I got home, I'm safe, this and that. And then I was like, okay, thank you for that. You know, I thought everything went really good, but I don't know what it was. And that kind of stuff, for me, I don't need that right now. I don't need that extra insecurity that I could bring on. Is like, what did I do wrong? You know, he knew who I was up front, was nothing but complimentary, like was kind and everything, and just didn't end the way I thought it was. So, you know, and that kind of stuff can really get to you. So just the job interview and, you know, this whole trying to get myself back out there and dating again, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to shut it down. Like, I'm just not in the right position. I don't need that extra negative. It's not really negative. I don't need that extra, those extra emotions that kind of gets me. So, you know, it was a one-time thing, maybe in the future, but right now, you know, my main focus is in just getting back on track and continuing to fight for what I want and continuing to improve my life for the better. So, you know, and Christmas came, and Christmas is my favorite holidays. The thing is, the last 2 years, you know, we haven't done anything as a family. My aunts and uncles, everybody kind of split up and is doing their own thing now. So, you know, it's not the same. And I end up spending Christmas and New Year's alone this year. So that part was really difficult because I enjoy being around other people, especially during Christmas time. Like, that's just something I've always looked forward to. So, you know, and it's been very difficult. You know, I don't really have a relationship with any of my aunts and uncles. I have one aunt that she's always been really good to me and, you know, always asks how I'm doing when we hang around her. But, you know, other than that, I really don't have any relationships. You know, I really haven't said much to any cousin in four years. And one of my cousins, like, after I came out with my transition, you know, basically told me I was going to go to hell. And, you know, and I haven't talked to her since. And I grew up with her. We were like, she was 1 year older than me, and we were like really close, you know, and she was there for me. And then it just, so like those heartbreaks and stuff, you know, that leads up and hurts. And then holidays come around and no longer around family, and I really don't talk to any of them. So, you know, and I see my brother have conversations with them and keep in contact. So that kind of stuff hurts me, you know. I'm not going to lie about my emotions and feeling like people don't care. So, you know, those contribute things together has made the last 3 weeks really difficult. You know, and I don't have much, but I wanted to at least get my nieces and nephews something. I wanted to be able to at least get my parents and brother a card. And, you know, I did that, and, you know, I was able to get, you know, my nieces and nephew a gift. And in the card for my parents, you know, I wrote something nice to them. You know, I wanted them to know how much I appreciate them, how much I care about them. You know, I would do anything for them, and I wish I could do more for them. So, you know, and then Christmas came, and, you know, it's been a really tough year. You know, last year we did something at least with my aunt, you know, but this year, you know, I spent it alone, and it was really depressing. You know, I ended up streaming on Christmas and New Year's, and, you know, and they make me happy, like being there with them and them hanging out with me on a day where I don't have anybody is like, that was special to me. And I don't know if they truly understand how much that means to me. So I'm grateful for that, because if I didn't have my stream, I would have been really depressed. And, you know, what was really hard in this year is, like, I don't care about gifts. You know, I don't need that kind of stuff. The thing, though, is, like, what really hurt me was not getting a card from anybody, not giving any words from anybody. You know, nobody said Merry Christmas. I didn't get any card with anything on it, and from anyone, you know, and I know that, you know, other people, you know, my brother did from certain people that I normally get from. So that kind of stuff really, like, gets to me, and it hurts, and it honestly breaks my heart. It makes me feel like crap. And, you know, as strong as I've gotten and as positive as I've been, those things can really weigh on you. And those emotions during, you know, Christmas time really dragged me down, in a sense that, you know, even on stream, I was doing my best to try to stay strong and positive, but sometimes, you know, you're just mentally just not there because you have so many things you're thinking about, you know. So, you know, those struggles I had, you know, and then I ended up getting a fight because my emotions, you know, I was trying to explain why I was hurt. So, you know, there's just things that went around on Christmas time that I just felt, you know, for the most part, you know, I just felt like kind of like the black sheep and outcast, like nobody really acknowledges or knows, pays attention or appreciates. So it can make it really hard. You know, I hear positive things from my stream and YouTube, but then, you know, in my personal life, you know, I can feel so crappy at times and feel worthless. You know, so I'm really trying to be strong. And, you know, the same thing on New Year's, you know, it's just another day that I just kind of was by myself and just decided to stream. So, you know, in the last few days, I was depressed, And but I've really been able to, I would say about the last 3 days or so, I've been able to go back in the right direction. My main focus has been on my stream, putting more effort into it and to improve things. So I'm excited about that. I just got new emotes for my channel on Twitch, so that's going good too. So there's nothing but positivity on my stream. People have been subscribing and just being supportive of me, which is huge. And I'm going to continue for that, because the one thing that I started realizing is I'm not even just in control of my own emotions. I have other people that rely on me. I have other people that come in my stream because they enjoy spending time in my stream because it makes them happy. The world can be so difficult that sometimes people are just trying to find somewhere to get away from the world, somewhere where they can go without being judged and have positive vibes around. And sometimes I don't realize how important it is for me to be there and to contribute to that, to help them, and I think we all connect to each other because they're giving me positive vibes back for being supportive and kind to me. So it's not just about me. It's not, it's about all of us connecting and being able to find people that are similar to us that we can help bring positive emotions to each other. So, that's definitely helped me. I'm definitely focused now. I'm happy. I've been back to bowling. I bowl like twice a week now. And I've been bowling really good. Like, I feel better than I was before. So I'm excited for that. It's something that I look forward to every week, getting out, talking to people I grew up around, because I've been going to the bowling alley since I was a little kid. So these people have seen me grow into who I am. And the crazy thing is, so many people are so supportive of me at bowling. It's crazy because people acknowledge me more now than ever. And they have meaningful conversations with me. And there's people that want me to bowl, with them. And it's something that I never expect, with the whole situation of when I was a kid of transitioning. I thought I was just going to be alone and not have anybody and not be able to do things that I love. I was going to be myself, but I was going to be closed off from everyone, and that was my vision. I didn't think that, I would have the support system I do have around me, and I'm grateful for that, and that's what keeps driving me. And I was in such dark places that I think it's important that I share the things I go through, because I know people out there, I know I'm not alone on this. I know people are struggling. I have people that come to me in my stream. I have people that message me that say that. And it doesn't matter who you are, we all deal with difficult emotions that we don't know how to process all the time. So it's important that we have other people around us to help us understand certain situations. Just, we're all different. Somebody could be so much better at something than we can. So it's important to have, strong friends around us that care, that can help us understand things. And I think that's what's changed me the most, is the fact that I've understood that finally, that it's impossible for me to figure things out alone, that I need, people around me. And that also makes me aware that I need to be a better friend. Instead of closing myself off in dealing with my own emotions, that I got to realize that there's other people out there too that I'm friends with, that I'm not there for. And that's what's helped me change and really improve. Like, even though I went through these struggles during the holidays, I still feel happy. I had arguments and stuff with my brother, but I love him to death, no matter what. There might be things that hurts me that he does, and vice versa. But the truth is, at the end of the day, I'll always have his back and always care about him. And I know he's the same way as me. So, life's not easy. We all have different things that make us happy, and sometimes those don't align with each other. So sometimes you kind of feel left out. And I think in my sense that I've struggled with that. So, it definitely been difficult, but I'm confident, I'm strong, I'm motivated. I'm going to continue to fight and be positive. I was negative for a couple of days, but it's just not, you can just have, you could just feel like a victim the rest of your life, but it's not going to ever change anything, and to change things is to, be happy and to think about just the positive things. You can, at times, I feel like I'm walked on, and it's okay to stick up for yourself, but at the end of the day, don't let it change you and make you negative. Continue to be a positive person. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, I go through difficult times, and my mood can get down, and I can push away from people, but you know, I don't want to be like that. You know, I want to be a better person. You know, so I'm going to continue to fight for that. You know, I've been in conversation with somebody I'm close to with softball that, you know, maybe I'm going to go back to softball too. So if these things happen, it's important to me because these are the things that helped me, you know, find my happiness of where I am today. And I want to improve as a person. So I want to share that with you guys. I've missed you guys. I hope you guys all had wonderful holidays with your family, you know, and appreciate those times that you have together, because I wish I would have, you know, I appreciated that time, and time was special to me. I've always been around family, and it's always special. But, you know, there's times where maybe I let something get to me, and, you know, I wasn't fully invested, and I don't want people to go through that. You know, regret is a powerful emotion, and it can destroy a lot of people. Don't be scared to fail, because if you put everything you have into something, you can never fail. You know, have appreciation for what you've done and be proud of yourself. You know, and that's where I'm at. I love you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It helps me out. If you want to know more about my life, subscribe. I will see you guys on the next video.